said, you shall find happiness. Okay? God said, you shall find joy in this bitch's misery. Hello? Ooh. The word, the word, the word. We're here and welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hello babies and welcome to my beautiful brats family. My name is Brittany, Brit, Brat, Brit, whichever floats your boat. In today's video, as you can tell by the title, is going to be another story time video because today is sip and tell story time, baby, period. Before I get into all the tea, all the shade, all the mess, all the drama, all the things, I do just want to stress that these story time videos are just for entertainment purposes only. I am not telling these stories to bash anybody, to defame anybody's character, to paint anybody out to be the bad guy, to start drama with anybody. Like, what happened happened. I'm over it. You should be over it. Like, it is what it is. Like, and if anybody has an issue with anything I'm posting, you guys should definitely come to me instead of going and running your mouth to your friends and then starting shit between me and people who I haven't talked to since whenever. These videos are strictly for entertainment purposes only. I am simply just sharing my experiences with my subscribers and people who want to hear about them. Don't be in my comment section being messy. Don't be in other people's DMs being messy about my videos, sending them the link to my videos, talking about some, oh, she talking shit about you, X, Y, and Z, Like, you're only going to embarrass yourself. Just want to put that out there. But yeah, so with that being said, y'all already know the drill. Grab something to sip on, grab something to munch on, and let's get right into it, period. All right, you guys, so today's sip of the day is a Smirnoff Ice mango flavor. Obviously, as y'all can tell, I don't have that much left, but I do have one last one in the fridge, so I might get up and get it at some point during this video. I'm gonna get up and get it now. Hold on 1 second. This one is chilled and ready. All right, you guys, so today's story time is going to be part 2 of the very first story time that I posted since I've been back on YouTube. So please, if you haven't already checked out She Lied on Me part 1, go check that story time out and then come back here so you know what's going on, so you're caught up and everything like that. If you've already caught up and you're just waiting for part 2, sister girl, brother boy, you already know what's going. Sit back, relax, grab some snacks, and let's get into it. All right, you guys, so last I left off, Bitter pretty much told me she didn't want to be my friend anymore out on the playground during recess. And at this point, it's been like a week or so since that has happened. So pretty much for the remainder of the year, them and their friends had beef with me and my friends. It was what it was. Like, wasn't nobody stressing, wasn't nobody gonna fight about it. So we wasn't really paying it too much attention. For a minute I was, but then I was just like, okay, like, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying, type shit. So the next year rolls around. I wasn't expecting us to be like buddy or anything like that, but I definitely was not expecting shit to hit the fan the way that it did. I'm thinking last year's drama is last year's drama. Let's not bring it into the new year. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point? But of course, bitches will be bitches and hoes will be hoes. So basically, I get to school, first day of classes, first grade year. I just so happen to look towards the back of the classroom and I see Bitter, Bully, and one of their friends sitting at the table closest to our teacher's desk, and we're going to call our teacher Mrs. Wings. And as soon as I walk in, I see Bitter start whispering in Bully's ear, and then they look over at me and then they just start giggling. So at this point, okay, I know y'all talking about me. And at this point, my heart immediately sank to the pit of my stomach because I'm thinking, oh my gosh, like, it's me against these three. Like, is there anybody else in this classroom that I fuck with? Like, is there going to be any of my friends going to be in this damn classroom? Because if it's not, I need to be transferred, like, immediately. I'm scanning the room like, does any of my friends in here, like, anybody I know, anybody I really, like, fuck with heavy? I don't see nobody. So at this point, I'm sweating bullets, like, oh my God, I'm scared. Oh my God. I'm shitting bricks right now. So I just took a seat towards the front of the classroom because I'm not sitting in the middle, because that's a little too close for comfort. And I damn sure not sitting in the back because that's way too motherfucking close for comfort. So I'm in the front of the classroom or whatever, sitting down. I think I was like just writing, like doodling or whatever, just waiting for Mrs. Wings to come in because she hadn't come into the classroom yet. It was just them, me, and like 2 other people in the class. So I was freaking out low key, but I shouldn't have been because, like I said, it wasn't that many of us in the classroom just yet. Boom, I'm just waiting, just doodling or whatever. And the door opens and I look and I see Kay. Y'all, when I tell y'all a weight lifted off my shoulders, I just felt so much better upon seeing my friend walk into that damn classroom. So she walks in, she sits next to me, and obviously she notices that I'm a little tense and I'm a little, you know, just a little on edge, a little antsy, a little uneasy. It's giving very much anxiety. So she's like, hey, like, you okay? Like, how was your summer? And I'm just like, oh, it's okay. Like, I'm bouncing my leg like, y'all, I am sitting here petrified and I'm just like losing my shit. Like, I'm anxious as hell, as diva. So she's like, you okay? Like, what's going on? And I was like, look behind us. And for a minute, she was just like, what? Like, huh? And I'm like, closer to Miss Wing's desk, like, look behind us. And she was like, oh, girl, don't worry about them. Like, I got you. I'm here. They ain't gonna do nothing. You know, trying to cheer me up. But that wasn't working because, sister girl, it's 3 of them. It's 2 of us. Like, and I'm not even a fighter. At this point in my life, I hadn't put my hands on anybody. So I'm just like, mama girl, I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't get physical. I don't do that. That's you. So, so at this point, I'm like sweating, very much scared, very much petrified. And my friend Kay is trying to calm me down, but it's not working. She was like, Brittany, it is okay. Like, don't worry about it. Like, it's cool. Like, whatever. Just like, let it be what it is. Like, if they don't do anything, they don't do anything. So boom, time goes by. We're like a month or 2 into the school year. And at this point, I'm thinking like, okay, ain't shit popped off yet. So if ain't nothing popped off yet, nothing is going to pop off. You know, because I'm just like, if they ain't did nothing to us yet, they're not going to do anything. Right? Because that makes sense, right? Right? Wrong. So this is where our new characters come into play. We get 2 new students and they're brother and sister, and we're going to call the boy Cameron and we're going to call the girl Adrian. So Cameron and Adrian come to our school or whatever, and he was older than her by 2 years. So he was in 3rd grade, she was in 1st grade. I remember one day I saw her sitting at lunch by herself, and y'all already know I'm a social butterfly, so if I see somebody sitting by themselves, I'm going to approach them, introduce myself, you know, make small talk. And that's what I did. I walked over to her, introduced myself, and I invited her to come sit with me and my friends for lunch. Ever since that day, she sat with us every day at lunch. You know, she was starting to hang out with us a lot. So maybe like 2.5 weeks go by, like 2.5 weeks max. Like, they hadn't been there no more than that. And she and I were becoming closer because we had an after school program where if you were a car rider and your parents came to pick you up, they would keep you after school to a certain time, and your parents would come pick you up, you know, when they got off of work and shit like that. So she and Cameron were also after school kids because they were car riders. So we were hanging out literally every day. So we were hanging out at lunch, hanging out at recess, and hanging out in after school program. And Cameron was also hanging out with us. After a while, I could kind of tell that something changed in mine and Cameron's dynamic, but I just didn't know what it was until like 2.5 weeks went by. So it's been like 3 weeks since they've been at our school. And one day at lunch, we were talking about something, and then out of nowhere, Adrian was just like, you know, my brother has a crush on you, right? And I was just like what? Like you for real? Because mind you, number 1, this boy was in 3rd grade. Number 2, he and his sister were like the most beautiful children I have ever laid eyes on, okay? Like, he was so handsome, and Adrian was so gorgeous. So I was flattered, because I'm like, oh my gosh, he thinks I'm cute, little old me, like, me. So of course I'm just like, ooh, like, I'm about to get me a man's. But like, I wasn't really thinking like that for real. But my friends was gassing me up. So they was like, oh, you got a man, you got a man. And they was like, Brittany and Cameron sitting in a Jeep. Like, it was just this whole ordeal. So every time I saw him and after school, like, I would talk to him a little more, because at first he would talk to me, and now I realize it was flirting. Like, he would flirt with me and I just didn't know how to respond. I'll just be like, oh, thank you. But now that I knew that he liked me, when he complimented me or said something, I'll be like, oh, thank you. Like, I like da-da-da-da too. Baby, I knew how to flirt. Okay? Okay? I knew how to flirt, baby. So if you're flirting with me, like, baby, what you want to do? Like, what you want to do, Cameron? So oh, he is so fine, y'all. But anyway, so when I found out that he liked me, I'm just like, you know, all giddy and just like a little schoolgirl, just like, oh, he like me, he think I'm cute, and he is fine, baby. Maybe like a week or so passes by since I've learned that Cameron has a crush on me. And I don't know how it got back around to me, but Bitter had a crush on Cameron. And at that point, I started to develop a small crush on Cameron. And when I found out that Bitter had a crush on him, like, I kind of just like backed up a little bit, because I didn't want another Kay and Bitter situation. Like, I did not want no problems with that girl. Like, we was already having problems and I didn't need any more problems out of her. So I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna fall back a little bit. So the dynamic between me and Cameron, it changed again, because in after school when he would talk to me, I went back to the shy Brittany, and he noticed it. One day she was like, hey, Cameron wants to know, like, are you mad at him? Like, did he do something to you? And I was like, no, it's not that. And I was really sad. Like, I was really hurt, y'all. I was butt hurt. Just seeing Cameron and Adrian and talking to them and having an outlet and having friends that I can talk to after school and not just in school, it made me feel really, really good. You know what I'm saying? So I used to go to school looking forward to after school. So of course, like, when the dynamic between us changed, I was really sad and I wasn't as happy as I usually was. And then God said, you shall find happiness. Okay? God said, you shall find joy in this bitch's misery. Hello? Ooh. The word, the word, the word. Won't he do it? Won't he will? Basically, what ended up happening was Mrs. Wings had this thing that she called reading time. And every time we would get ready for reading time, she would pull out the reading rug. Now, this reading rug, it was full of pretty pastel colors, shapes. I can't remember what my shape was. I'll just say that Kay had a heart and I had a triangle. So I had a pretty pastel blue triangle, and I remember Kay had a pretty pastel purple. After a while, people started to kind of just find their own places on the rug. Kay and I will always sit in the front, right in front of Mrs. Wing's rocking chair. Bitter and Bully always sat in the way back, okay? Keep that in mind. So one day, I don't even remember, like, I don't know if it was a dentist appointment, a doctor's appointment, some type of appointment, and I was late to school. And at this point, it's like 11:05 or something like that. Like, it's like early 11. We always did reading time at around like 11:30, 12ish. I'm rushing my mom. I'm like, mommy, like, I cannot miss reading time. We have to go. We have to hurry. Like, let's go. And y'all, I just want to put it out there that I have always been very, very passionate about reading and writing. Like, to this day, it's one of my top 5 hobbies. So back then, I did not play about reading time. It was very important and it was very serious to me. So yeah, she's like, Brittany, okay, like, calm down. I was like, no, mama, good, like, we need to go. So she's like, okay. So we finally get there, and as we're pulling up, I see Kay pulling up as well. So I'm like, oh, Kay's late too, so I don't have to feel awkward walking into class by myself super duper late. So we get out the car, all 4 of us walk into the building. They sign us in, check us into school, and we walk to class together. We were rushing to the classroom so fast, trying not to miss reading time, that we weren't really even paying attention to who was sitting where when we first walked in the classroom, because why would you? Like I said, everybody kind of picked where they were going to sit, and they kind of just sat there every time. So we rushed into the classroom. We're putting our stuff down. We turned to go sit in our spots. And bitch, when I tell you all hell broke loose, I had never been this angry in my life before this moment. Y'all, bitch. These two bitches, both these hoes, sitting in our spot. Guess who? Did you guess bitter and bully? Because if you did, you would be correct. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I was so pissed. Like, I was pissed the fuck off. But of course, what am I gonna do? Not a damn thing. Mrs. Wings is like, okay, Brittany, can y'all find a seat? And she knew we was pissed. She knew, because she knew that's where we sat. And not ever, since I've ever known either one of them, have I known them to sit in the front of a classroom at any given time. You just trying to be one petty ass bitch. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, you stupid ass petty ass bitch? Like, the fuck? I was so mad. I was so mad. So we were forced to sit in their spots in the back. Couldn't hear a damn thing. Couldn't see none of the pictures in the book. So we're just sitting there pissed, just waiting for fucking lunch. Like, we're just like, we're fucking over it. Like, we're so fucking over it. Like, it was at this moment that I decided to concoct a little plan. So after I went home that day, I told my mom, I said, Mom, can you take me to school and drop me off super early? And she was like, I mean, I can, but like, why? And I made up some excuse like, oh, my teacher wanted to see me ahead of time, like before school started. Some bullshit excuse or something like that. My mama did my hair up. You know, she whipped that shit up real good. Put the little rollers in. The next morning, I wake up, I'm getting dressed, and I decided, because I would always dress myself. Mind you, this was before we had to start wearing uniform. I had this cute mustard yellow corduroy set. It was a skirt and a jacket. So this particular day, I wore a black shirt, some black tights, black boots, and my corduroy skirt and my corduroy jacket. And I took my curls out, and my mom fixed my hair real nice, y'all. I was looking the fuck good, okay? So I'm super excited because I'm like, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm about to get that hoe. I knew the schedule of the buses. Bitter rode the bus. So my mom dropped me off early. I waited for the buses to pull up, came inside, found Adrian and Cameron, and I started to flirt with Cameron. Soon as I saw Bitter and Bully walk in, because they rode the same bus together, I was like, so Cameron, this weekend I'm gonna have some friends over. I have a trampoline in my backyard. You and your friends can come. And I already told Adrian about it, X, Y, and Z. Adrian had already known about, you know, the shit between me, Bitter, and Bully. I'm telling this lie because it's a bold-faced lie. She looked over and she saw Bitter and Bully, and she was like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. And he was like, that would be cool. Like, that sounds fun. Like, yeah, sure. Bitch. Bitch. I heard Bitter, that fucking bitch. The biggest grin plastered across my face, okay? I was so happy. Baby, I was floating in the clouds, okay? So I leave, and Adrian leaves with me. We're first graders, he a third grader, so we split. We eventually caught up to Bully and Bitter, and we were kind of like behind them because they were walking to the cafeteria to get breakfast. We're walking behind them or whatever, and I hear her like, I don't know why the fuck she would do that. She's trying to be funny. Whole time, Adrian and I are just fucking dying. We are cracking the fuck up. So I get to class or whatever. Y'all, I shit you not. The entire day, Bitter and Bully and their whole table just eyeing me and just like glaring at me. And Kay's just like, girl, why are they staring at you like that? And I told her what I did. Like, I told her what happened. She was like, oh my gosh, Brittany, like what? Like, she got a kick out of it too, because like, yeah, bitch, don't fucking play with me like that, ho. When I tell y'all, we was having a kiki. Bitch, we was having a motherfucking kiki. And from the back of the classroom, this bitch gonna yell out, I'm glad you think it's fucking funny. Mrs. Wings is right there. Like, so I'm just like, you're making yourself look really, really, really crazy, sweetheart. Because, like, don't nobody in this classroom even know who the fuck you're talking to. Baby, you look stupid as the whole fuck. Me and Kay are just looking like, ooh, like, she just cussed out loud. Mrs. Wings did not play that. She had a no profanity policy. So she was like, excuse me. Bully tried to defend her and cussed at Mrs. Wings. And at this point, Mrs. Wings is like, oh, okay, so she wrote them up. I'm thinking I'm Miss Big Bad and Bougie. I'm thinking I'm Mrs. Big Bad and Hood, Mrs. Big Bad Wolf, thinking that I done did some shit. Bitch, I was not ready for the bomb that these hoes was about to drop on my ass, okay? Just relax. Wait a minute. I gotta take a little swig. Take a big gulp of your wine, okay? Your liquor, your Tito's, your Casamigos, your Patron, your 1800, your Pink Whitney, whatever you got, whatever you sipping on right now, take a big gulp, okay? Because I need to take another one. So they're banned from recess for the whole week. They have silent lunch the whole week, and they've been written up. So on that Thursday, after lunch, the whole class is getting ready to go outside for recess. And I had to go back inside to do something. I can't even remember, but I had to go back inside. I think I had to get something out of my book bag. I brought a Frisbee to school. That's what it was. I brought a Frisbee to school and I forgot it. So I asked to go back inside and run in my book bag and get it. So they let me go back inside. I noticed that Miss Wings wasn't in the classroom, but Bitter and Bully were. And I walked in and they kind of just stared at me. I'm thinking that they're about to jump my ass or they about to try to fight me when I'm by myself. You know what I'm saying? They didn't do anything though. And then I ended up leaving. So we get back from recess, y'all. And I don't know what the fuck, who the fuck, when the fuck, or how the fuck. But all I remember is the entire class was on lockdown. Like, everybody had to shut up for the rest of the class. Mrs. Wings was pissed, okay? Like, she was mad, all right? Nobody knew what she was mad about. But we just came back, and she closed the door, and she was like, nobody talk for the rest of the day. If you talk, or if you even make a sound, you're getting written up. I'm taking you to the principal's office. And we're just like, mind you, Mrs. Wings was a sweet woman. She was so down to earth. She was so, like, she was just so sweet and cuddly and just kind. Like, she was just so kind-hearted. And we had never heard her or seen her act this way. You know what I'm saying? So we was kind of scared. I was a little spooked, definitely. So, because I'm just like, the fuck is wrong with her? Next day rolls around. We're coming from lunch. Of course, the class goes to recess. I'm lining up because I'm thinking, oh yeah, I'm about to go to recess. And she says, no, Miss Wilder, I need you to stay back. I'm just like, what? And then she looks at these two gremlins and she's like, go ahead, get in line. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, at this point, I still don't know what the hell is happening. So she sits me down and it's quiet in the room for a good little minute. And after a while, she was like, so I'm going to give you one chance to come clean. And I'm just looking at her like, what? Like, excuse me? And I didn't say excuse me, but I was like, ma'am. And she was like, I'm going to give you one chance to come clean. And I'm just looking at her like, come clean about what? She was like, Miss Wilder, I don't want to write you up, but if I have to, I will. And I'm just like, Mrs. Wings, I didn't do anything. And she's like, where's my card, Brittany? And I was like, huh? She was like, my credit card. Where was it? It was here before I left yesterday during recess. And now it's gone. I was like, Mrs. Wings, I don't know where your card is. I don't have it. So it just magically grew a pair of legs and walked out of the classroom. I said, I don't know, Mrs. Wings. She said, Brittany, you're a good kid and I know that. Why don't you just tell me like, what happened to the card? And I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I didn't even know that she lost her credit card. All right, well, if you won't tell me the truth, you're on silent lunch for the rest of the week, and I'm revoking your recess time. Y'all, I was crushed. Like, and I'm just sitting here just like, what, like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so confused and I don't know what the fuck is going on. And then I realized these bitches were in here for only God knows how long without her in here. I was only in here for like 2.5 seconds with them in here. They could have took her shit, then told her that I did it and that they saw me do it, and that's why I came into the classroom when she wasn't there. The only problem with that is I don't have a reason to steal anything from you. My own God's green earth would I want to steal your credit card from you? These two bitches that you got on probation, pretty much, of course they would want to steal some shit from you because they're mad at you. So I'm just sitting here confused as to how she could have not like put two and two together and made it click, but she didn't. And I'm sitting here at this point like in trouble, and Thursday rolls around. Obviously, that's the day that I'm in trouble and I couldn't go to recess. Friday rolls around. I'm in trouble. The principal comes in, has to talk with us, and takes me to the front office and tells me, Brittany, I'm sorry, but if you don't tell us the truth, we're going to have to take you out of the class and we're going to put you in school suspension. And I'm just like, if I had it, don't you think I would have said something by now? Like, what the fuck? So at that point, Friday goes by, Monday the next week goes by, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We're back at Friday, a whole fucking week. And finally, there's a knock on the ISS door. The principal comes in and she was like, Brittany, come with me. And I was like, okay. At this point, I have an attitude because I'm pissed off because y'all know damn well that I would not pull no shit like this. So, like, why is it taking so fucking long to realize that I didn't steal your motherfucking credit card? Don't you think if I had the damn credit card, I would have been done gave it back? It's been a whole fucking week. I was missing lessons. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to do this shit by myself. I had to ask the ISS teacher for help because Mrs. Wings wouldn't even let me into the classroom to get help. She was so pissed at me. She was so disappointed. So I go to the principal's office because that's where the principal takes me. And in her actual office is Mrs. Wings, Bitter, Bully, and, you know, the assistant principal. So we're all in this office together. And I'm just, at this point, I just have a big-ass attitude because y'all already know me. Like, I have a bad-ass attitude. Like, when you piss me off or you take me to that point, my attitude is terrible. So I'm just sitting there with the nastiest attitude, just like. And Mrs. Wing said, Brittany, I want to apologize to you because that wasn't fair to you and I should have verified before I accused you of stealing my things. And I didn't say anything. And the principal was like, Brittany, did you hear her? And I was like, yes, ma'am. I wouldn't even look at her, y'all. Like, my heart was so broken. Like, I just felt like, I don't know. I just felt betrayed in a way because this was like one of my favorite teachers. And for her to even believe that I would do some shit like that, especially after how close we were. Like, I knew her son. She let me babysit her son because he was like a baby. And I was a baby myself. But like, she would let me babysit her son and watch her son for a quick second while she went to the bathroom or something like that. Like, it was so many things. Like, we just had, like, she was like my aunt or like a family friend or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And for her to really believe that I would steal from her. You know what I'm saying? There have been so many times where she would pull me aside during lunch and she would buy me lunch. She would get me and her some lunch. Like, when she went out to buy it, she would save something for me, or she would like come get me from the cafeteria and give me lunch, like feed me. So why would I steal your shit? Like, it just wasn't clicking to me. So she apologized, the principal apologized, and they dismissed me. And I went back to class, and there was another teacher watching the class or whatever like that. And, you know, I'm feeling KN on what the fuck went on and all the shit that happened and shit like that. The next week rolls around, it's maybe like Monday or Tuesday, and I finally found out what happened. So So basically, that day when they were on punishment from recess and they were in the classroom for like, they were probably in the classroom for like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes by themselves. They stole her credit card out of her file, out of her purse, in her file cabinet. Went to the computer room. Went online. Bought some shit with the credit card. And then left the fucking page open for somebody to find. Like, didn't even delete the fucking evidence. Came back to the classroom. That's when I walked in. And that's when they were smiling at me because they realized, okay, we can pin this on her. And then Miss Wings came back to the classroom, tried to go get some lunch, found out that she didn't have her card, had to eat our school lunch, which, of course, I'll be pissed about that shit, too. And then they told her that they saw me steal it. Why the fuck did it take so long to realize that I wasn't the one who stole it? Why the fuck did it take so long for somebody to find that damn that website that they bought, whatever the hell they bought? I don't fucking know. But all I know is there was one class that went into the computer lab for some computer time, and they had saw it, and they saw that Mrs. Wings' name had been, you know, typed into the computer up on the website, because like I said, they didn't log out of anything. They didn't delete the evidence, nothing like that. Like, none of that shit. None of it. None of it. They just fucking left it up. And I guess it was because, like, they didn't know what time she was going to come back and they didn't want to get caught. But, like, you could have at least exited out the damn server, something, but they just left it up. And I'm really surprised that it took that long to clear my name, just because, like, to me, that shit just doesn't fucking make sense. Like, it was wild to me. But yeah, so they tried to fucking set me up. Them bitches, that bitch tried to set me up. And then she went around telling people that she only did it because I took her man. Baby, first of all, Cameron is not your man. It was just a whole bunch of bullshit, y'all. Alright, you guys, so that's all I have for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. And if you would like to join my Brats fam here on YouTube, don't forget to turn on your post notifications so you don't miss a beat. And until the next video, you guys, please, please, please be safe, stay bold, stay beautiful. And at the end of the day, when all else fails, just be real about that sugar honey iced tea, baby. And I will see you guys in the next one. I love you. Bye.